YouTube. Jim here, little shop on the prairie, and oh yeah, I was just outside. We're working on my daughter's cabinet door, kitchen cabinet door, and I have to, I had to slice it down, a resaw, a board, to come up with the little separators. And I have an old blade. I don't know if that's going to show, but can you see how rough that is? So I need to sand that down nice and smooth. And I didn't want to mess with the planer. To get that down, I could have easily just put it into the planer. But I wanted to show you guys some options that if you don't have a planer, what you might be able to do. So I'm in drill press mode, and I've got my flat disc sander here, 120 grit paper. So what I'm going to do is I adjusted it so that my wood just barely fits in here. Can you tell what I'm doing? So what we're going to do is we are going to sand it, and this will help keep it nice and flat. The table and the flat disc should keep me good and flat. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I did this a long time ago. I used to do this when I was doing segmented bowls to flatten out the segments, the segmented rings. And it worked, and I used my fence to help keep my hands from being pulled into here. Well, I can't really do that with this because it's so thin. So we're going to try this really carefully. Watching the direction that the disc turns will be the important piece on where I have to hold to keep it from pushing out. So I'm going to go at 500 and just see what happens. And I'm making a very, very light pass. So it's a little bit grabby, but not bad. That was the first pass. And see if I can get the reflection right. It's working. Took a lot of that out, not all of it. We'll go really small passes. It is grabby. Maybe I should be wearing some gloves, you know? But let's try one more here. And I'm not bringing the end into it in the beginning. This is the scary part right now, that it would try to pull my work from my fingers. It's working. So if you don't have a planer, you can use this flat disc to plane a board down flat. It worked really well with the segmented rings. I knew it would probably work pretty good here, and it is. So I'm going to have to do this for a while to get these things flattened out, but I want to do that before I route it. But I thought you guys would be interested in seeing another way of using your Shopsmith as a planer, a thickness planer. Because you can, you know, adjust the height of it and get it to the exact thickness. And that's what will happen with these. As I make the passes, they'll be exactly the same thickness. Oh, YouTube. All right, moving right along. This is working. Be really careful. It's grabby. And this is really important. When I was showing you last time, the dust, it's really fine dust that's coming off of here, and it's flying in the air, and it's not good for you. So wear a mask. I'm going to keep on going, but yeah, it's going to work. I'm going to be happy. All right, so we just made the passes with everything, and now we're going to go ahead and make the adjustment. So I'll loosen up my quill. I guess you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm going to go ahead and put some pressure on this till it just won't move. Lock it down. And now I know I'm going to be good for the next passes. So I'll show you how it goes. Again, I'm at 500. I could go faster, but I feel safer at this speed. Because it really does want to push the wood. I'm always keeping 2 hands on the wood at all times, because it has a tendency to push it towards me on this side and pull it to the left. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just going a little at a time. Don't want to overdo it. There we go. Getting really close now. I've only got one little section on that piece. All of these are about the same. So I go really slow on my first feed end because I don't want it to catch and tear the sandpaper. There we go. Really, really close. I'll do one more for you, and then I won't bore you with any more. I don't know if you can see, but I'm using my T-slot, lining the piece of wood up with the T-slot so that I have more grip. Okay? Putting my finger down inside that slot and holding the piece there, it gives me more grip. Try to be as safe as you can. I don't recommend anybody doing this for safety reasons, but it's working for me, and I thought I'd just kind of show you. I don't want to be liable for This won't cut your finger off, but it'll sure scrape with the sandpaper.